One, boom. Thank you.
And what did the Australian chess player say to the waiter? He said, "Checkmate." Hey, you know, Shaquille O'Neal's like the happiest guy on the planet, right? Hey, he's always so jolly, right? I think because no one's ever bullied him, you know? Like, how you gonna mess with someone who's so tall his crotch is in your face, right? Like, hey, Shaq, give me your lunch money. Never mind. I've seen these billboards all over Hollywood about this blind guy, blind mountain climber that climbed Mount Everest. Pretty inspirational, right? And I was thinking, you know, how the hell did he know he was on top of Mount Everest? You know, for all he knows, he could have been right over there on top of Mount Whitney. I was saying, that's actually a pretty good business idea. Taking blind mountain climbers up to the top of Mount Everest. And you know the thing about if you're a woman and if you're alone in the woods, you'd rather run into a bear or a man, right? And a lot of women are saying like, oh, I'd rather run into a bear, right? But I'm thinking like, that's kind of like ignorant bear knowledge. You know, because I ran into a bear when I was in the woods once, and it fucked the shit out of me. And you know, a couple weeks ago, North Korea sent over 200 balloons over to South Korea. And they were loaded with like excrement and garbage. But that statement's not exactly accurate, because they weren't packed with shitty trash. No, they're filled with Dane Cook's jokes.
Damn.
And you know, there's a new disorder going around called Usher syndrome. That makes you go blind and deaf. That's pretty serious. You know, I always thought when you get Usher syndrome, it just made you go, yeah! And I was driving around the other day and I got pulled over by a horse cop. And that's crazy, you know? I didn't even know it was behind me until I heard this woo, woo! It wasn't siren making that sound either, it was a horse. And you know, it's weird how language changed over time. Like nowadays, if a guy came up to me and told me he was gonna blow my brains out, I wouldn't know whether to run away or pull my pants down. And you know, the NFL's one Asian player. And he's a kicker. Did you now find a more racist position for this guy?
Yeah.
What, you gonna make him go up barefoot in a karate uniform? And you know, scientists reported for the first time this past year, 2 male humpback whales having sex. Yeah, scientists are already gonna make a movie about them. Yeah, they're gonna call it Humpback Mountain. Yeah, I was in the United States Army, first cavalry division for the. Yeah, it's pretty cool, you know. It's weird being the only Asian person though. And every day people would just look at me like, are we supposed to shoot this guy? That's cool being in the Army, and you get some good benefits. I'd say the best benefit is the ability to give old men hard-ons. Yeah, you know, old men, they love hearing Army stories. You know, I guess because it makes you feel younger, it gives me hope for the future or something, but like if I meet an old man at a park, and I start telling them Army stories, I tell you, they start coming all over me. I was watching this Bigfoot show the other day. It struck me as how dedicated these Bigfoot hunters were. Yeah, you know, they're so devoted to something that might not even be real. Like comedians in their careers. And I'll tell you a little story. Story when I was in process with the Army, right? You know, my recruiter, right, he comes picks me up. And he takes me to the Bonaventure Hotel, right in downtown. And he's like, see that line? Get in that line and sign up. And then they'll tell you what to do. So I do that, right? And they give me my room key. They say, you know, you better go to sleep early, right? We're gonna wake you up 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, 3 o'clock? I'm fucking 18 years old. Shit, I never woke up at 3 o'clock. Anyway, next morning, just like they said, 3 o'clock, they wake me up. I'm like, hello? Right? And they're like, get up, you know, go downstairs, get on the bus. So I do that. They take us to this, like, Air Force base in Long Beach. And then the first thing they do is they break us up into our branches. You know, there's an Army here, Navy here, Marines, Air Force. And the first thing we all notice is that all the pretty girls are in the Air Force, you know? And so I was in the Army, so I was like, fuck! And anyway, the first thing they do is they give us this test. It's like a fucking SAT on steroids and shit, it's crazy. And then those who pass, whatever, they break us into these little groups. And so for me, they're like, all right, you go into this room. So I go into the room, I look in, and I'm like, what the fuck? It's just a bunch of dudes all in their underwear, you know? And they're like doing jumping jacks and windmills and shit. And then they're like, all right, go in there, you know? I'm like, what? You know? I'm like, you know? They're like, yeah, take off your clothes, hurry up. I'm like, what the fuck is this? You know? I'm really uncomfortable because I've So, I take off my clothes and I get in line. And what it is like, there's a sergeant in the front, right? And he's telling everyone what to do, like, do windmills, do jumping jacks. And these two other sergeants, they're walking along the line, just watching us like hawks and shit. At one point, one of the sergeants, he yells at the guy next to me. He's like, "You, do that windmill again." And the guy tries, but he can't go all the way up. And they're like, "Get out, you're out." And that was it. That's how fast it was, And that was just the beginning. We had vision tests, hearing tests, they were cutting people left and right. Like, you're out, you're out. There was this one dude, he's like, this big old Mexican dude, he's all tatted up. And he was all talking about how, his dad was a Marine, and all his uncles were Marines, and he was going to be like the best Marine in the world. And then all of a sudden the guy comes out and he's like, "Dude, you're out." And he's like, "What?" So what? So, because your neck is too thick, it measured too thick, that was it. And you couldn't be a Marine. And he was about to start crying right there in front of everybody and shit. It's crazy, And then me, I passed like one test after another. It's finally like 5 o'clock at night, and I finally passed all my tests. And then I remember this guy's like, "Congratulations, son, you made it to the United States Army," And I was like, "Thank you, Sergeant." And I was so happy and just so proud, But then the whole time I was in the Army, I couldn't wait to get out of that motherfucker. I was talking to a dude the other day, he told me he's Persian. I was like, "Persian? From Persia?" And he's like, "Yeah, where are you from?" The Han Dynasty, I guess. Yeah, I had a bad haircut a few months back. Oh, it's horrible. You have a haircut so bad, people start treating you differently. Yeah, like, instead of a learning disability or something, your shit's fucked up when the waitress at Denny's time fibbing at you. Yeah, I've had sex with all sorts of women, white, black, Asian, Mexican. In my opinion, Asian women get the best blowjobs. Yeah. If any of you ladies like to prove me wrong, you can meet me in the bathroom later.
Alright.
Alright, dude. Yeah, I was watching the Oscars this past season, and towards the end I was getting all excited. I was like, "Hey look, they're bringing back the Mummy." And then I saw it again, I was like, "Oh no, this is Al Pacino." Alright, I'll move this last joke. Comedians will always tell you two things, right? They'll always tell you when they just get booked on a show, and they'll always tell you when they just had sex. That's a bit juvenile, right? Like myself, I haven't been booked on a show in over a month. But I did get laid last week, so whoa. Alright, my name's Iono, I'm out here.
Yeah, and he's gonna sing us a song, so make some noise for Elon and sing us a song too. I really like this song, by the way.